Okay, and from having listened to the song quite a few times, I noticed one little part of the song where the guitar is too aggressive, the rhythm guitar, during the first part of the guitar solo here. So I'm going to go through and actually thin it out some. And so just like thinning your hair out when you're cutting it or whatever, you just cut out little sections of it. So let's listen to it. So I like where it just went dong, dong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these up, and I can just go da 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 da. Put some air in there. Now, even though it's a little bit abrupt right now, nobody would recognize that, but I'm going to solve that a little bit by putting some delay on it. I'm going to create a new bus here. You can actually create the bus from the track. I created a new one here, and it'll show up on this bus list down here now. I'm going to call it delay. I like a little delay on my guitar. Anyway, I'm going to set up a track or a send for delay. And this is the one that I use the most. I set its mix out to 100% because you don't want any of the dry guitar coming back through there because it's already coming through the track. So if you have it coming through the delay too, then you get like a phasing thing, and it's not good. So all you really want to come back from the delay on the effects end is just the effect. But if we were adding this effect onto the track, onto the guitar itself, we would still want to have some of the dry guitar. So that's why it's important to know where to use your mix. But one day we'll probably go through an effects class. We'll see. Okay, probably too much. Now we can set this to the tempo, which happens to be 120, and the delay will go right in time with it, which is really neat and really cool. You notice that there's not as much of a drastic difference now. Alright, let's finish up this guitar. Alright, we're going to try to leave the rest of it in except for that one little gap. Let's just see how it works. Alright, the last thing we do is we add the guitar solo to it, which I recorded a little while ago. And let's just listen to it first by itself. Of course, there's some noise there at the beginning we don't need to have, so let's go through and take it out. And I just added that delay onto it. If you're bringing stuff in, it's a good idea to just kind of fade it in, even though it's really fast. This is probably like 1/10 of a second or something between this gap here, maybe a 1/2 second, but it's going to be a really fast fade in. One bad note in the guitar thing, and I did it and I recognized it. I'm just going to leave it in there though. It's not that big of a deal. But I meant to hold this note right here. And if we were trying to do a professional recording here, I'd probably just punch in that little section. And I may still do it later, but right now we're just going to stick with what we got. we could do something kind of creative here. Just because that one note's annoying me enough. I'm going to split it off here. And this may or may not work. It's like, that's the fun thing about computers and all this stuff, is you can just experiment. If it works, great. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to just copy that by eighth notes. See what it does. It might be whack, but we'll see. There you go. See, that's kind of cool. I'm going to do 3 of them, see how it sounds. I like the 2 better. That's better. It's more entertaining, even though that's not what I played. Okay, we're back now. The computer crashed on us. Fortunately, this particular program, this application that we have, has an autosave feature on it, so it saves every 5 minutes. So all we have to do now is go back and find it, and it's autosave copy of, and this is the song. So the only thing we missed was that little quack quack we did on the guitar note that I didn't like. So we have to go back and do that. But everything else is still in here. It kept all of our effects and all of our mix stuff. Everything, so that's good. So we just got to find and put this quack quack back in here. Split that sound off again. And this button up here is a grid button. That makes everything snap to a specific tempo or to a specific beat. Right now, since we're playing to the metronome, I can tell it to snap to eighth notes, and that way it will be exactly an eighth note after this note, and I don't have to make a guess. It's doing a little blend. Let's just see what it does. There you go. All right. So now that's more of what a producer would do than an engineer. Engineer would really just be messing with the sounds and the tones and making sure everything's blending. I think this one's just about cooked. Let's listen. Okay, everything else is pretty heavy. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more heaviness to the kick drum. I want to punch a little bit more. So this is the EQ on the kick drum. I know it's hard to see on the screen, but I'm going to give it a little bit more oomph in this area.